Good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my videos, my name is Lindsay Holsey. I'm the creator of the Fit Cycle app, and today I wanted to take you through a full day of intermittent fasting, carb cycling, targeted training, and all of the things that I've implemented into my life the last 3 years that have completely changed my relationship with food, my physique, how I go about training. And so today I wanted to take you through what that kind of looks like in a day. So it's currently like 11:45. I am still fasting. So I practice intermittent fasting. I'm sure you've heard of it. I personally do the 16-8 protocol, which is basically the lean gains protocol. So I fast for 16 hours and then I eat within an 8-hour window. I eat all of my macros. I don't skip a meal. I don't skip calories. I don't decrease my calories. If anybody that you are learning about intermittent fasting from is telling you to skip a meal and that's why you'll lose weight with intermittent fasting, run head for the hills as fast as you can, because you should not be missing a meal. You should not be missing calories. You want to eat all of your calories, all of your macros within an 8-hour window. So that's what I do, and that's what I'll show you. So I typically like to call it closing my kitchen. So I'll close my kitchen around 8 p.m. The night before. So last night I was done eating, I was done consuming calories by 8 p.m. and I will break my fast today, which means I haven't had anything except for water and black coffee. I'll break my fast today at noon, which I'll show you what I'm gonna make within our carb cycle. So on top of that, I also do carb cycling. So that's just alternating my carbohydrates between high carb days and low carb days throughout the week. And then if you go to my Instagram, I have a breakdown of, my carb cycle schedule and all of that stuff. It's also written in the Fit Cycle app too. But today is gonna be a low carb day, so I'll take you through all of my low carb meals and how I break my fast and all of that. But the reason that I do intermittent fasting is because it actually impacts your body on a cellular level. And so it helps with cell regeneration, which means it's able to allow your body to turn over dead cells and create new cells and get rid of the toxins of those dead cells. There's also tons of research saying that it helps on a neurological level with your brain function, anti-aging because of the cell regeneration. And then it also allows for digestive rest. So if you're constantly consuming food and your body's constantly having to use energy to break that down, when you're in the fasting state, it allows your body to use the energy that it would normally use for breaking food down to help heal and regenerate and turn over those cells. Another reason why I love intermittent fasting is because every time, so we've constantly been told our whole lives, and I've been there, that you have to eat every 2 hours, you have to eat breakfast. If you don't eat breakfast, it's gonna make you fat or it's going to slow your metabolism. And I think that's why people get so scared about intermittent fasting, is because they think that not eating breakfast is going to slow their metabolism. That is absolutely a myth. Your body doesn't know when or what time you're consuming your calories. All it knows how to do is use the calories that you're consuming for certain ways to get energy. So every single time that you eat, your body spikes your blood sugar. It causes a spike in your blood sugar. Now, to counteract that spike in blood sugar, your body releases a hormone called insulin. This is a natural response, and it's normal for your body to release this hormone called insulin to decrease your blood sugar. Anytime that your insulin is working in your body, it is physiologically impossible to burn fat. It's not happening. So everybody that's been telling you that you need to eat every 2 hours to spike your metabolism is actually inhibiting you from burning your body's own stored fat. So why do we do it for 12 to 16 hours, or why do I recommend doing it for 12 to 16 hours? At that 12-hour mark, so if you start your fasting window at 8 p.m., at that 12-hour mark, so 8 a.m. the next day, is right when your blood sugar was getting into normal levels, your insulin is done working, and you're almost able to tap into your body's own fat stores. But most of us eat breakfast and we spike our blood sugar, we spike our insulin again, which inhibits our body from burning our own fat stores. So if you can push past the 12-hour mark into that 16-hour mark, that's when your body is going to be burning your own stored fat, not fat you've consumed, not carbohydrates you've consumed. For energy, you're going to be burning your own stored fat. And that's why it's so effective, and that's why I believe in it so much. You also have so much more mental clarity whenever you're doing intermittent fasting. And then on top of that, when you couple it with carb cycling and alternating your carbohydrates between high carb days and low carb days, that is where the magic happens. Because if you think of your body in your energy stores, because your carbohydrates and your fats get stored for energy, think of your body's energy stores like a bucket. You've got your fat stores at the bottom, and then covering all of your body's fat stores, you've got your carbohydrates. If you're constantly filling your bucket and overflowing your bucket with carbohydrates, doesn't matter what workout you're doing, you're never going to tap into your body's own fat stores. So what we do is we do carb cycling. So you eat high carb days some days, so you're replenishing those carbohydrates, and you're doing strength training to really utilize those carbohydrates and the glucose for muscle building and repair. And then you've got 2 low carb days, and this again is where we get to tap into our body's own fat stores. So on those low carb days, we are doing cardio. We're depleting our carbohydrates out of our bucket so that we're able to reach into and tap into our own fat stores at the bottom of the bucket. So that's why carb cycling is so effective. It's not new, it's not something that I created, but the formula and the way that I structure carb cycling throughout the week and throughout the fit cycle is the most sustainable way that I've seen carb cycling done, and it's most effective, and thousands of women have seen results from the way that we carb cycle in the fit cycle. So intermittent fasting and carb cycling today, and then I'll also show you how I do cardio on low carb days and how I do strength training on high carb days to utilize the nutrients that you're consuming most effectively. Okay, it is 12:25. I'm getting ready to break my fast. So obviously intermittent fasting, like you can break your fast earlier, you can break your fast later. So I just got done doing a little bit of work, and now I'm going to break my fast. So I have some sausage, some turkey sausage that's prepped from a little bit earlier in the week. And then I also have some egg whites. This is typically how I like to break my fast on a low carb day, is either with a protein shake or egg whites and sausage. So you can make them in little like muffin tins. We have tons of recipes on the Fit Cycle app, but that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'll just take you through how I measure it, how I log it, and all of the things. Okay, here is the Fit Cycle app that I'm gonna kind of show you guys. I mean, this is what I use to log my foods. This is where I get my workouts, my recipes, and everything. So I wanna show you how I use it. At the top, you can see it tells me that it's low carb day. If that didn't work for me, I could change it at the top, but low carb day today works perfectly fine. You can see the workout if it's going to focus in on there. It's a full body HIIT. That's the type of cardio that I like to do. I do not like to do running or anything like that. I might do sprints, but HIIT style cardio is the way to go if you want quick and efficient. And then you can see here, these are my macro ratios. So today I just need 40 grams of carbs, 96 grams of protein, and 62 grams of fat. So some of you might look at my calorie intake and be like, 1,100 calories, like that's not very much for the day. But remember, I do carb cycling. So there's gonna be days throughout the week where I have a lot higher calories, a lot higher needs than I do on a low carb day. And so that's what creates the weekly average of a calorie deficit, and that's what's going to get you into that fat loss phase. So my goal today is just 40 grams of carbs, 96 grams of protein, and 62 grams of fat. So fats are higher on low carb days to supplement the calories that we're not getting from carbohydrates, if that makes sense. So I'll show you how I end up logging everything throughout the day. All right, so first things first, I'm going to measure out the cooked turkey sausage. So I'm gonna tear it, and I wanna know how much I'm eating in ounces actually, because that's what it's measured in. So I zero it out, and then what I do is I pour some on here that I think is about a serving. And that's just about 2 ounces. So I'm gonna say that is probably good. Okay, so while that is warming up, I wanna show you guys how I measure out my egg whites. So I like to do a 1/2 cup of egg whites. So that's gonna end up being like 4 large egg whites. And so I've just got my 1/2 cup here, and I'll pour that in there and then just kind of scramble it together. But I wanted to show you guys the macros here. So 3 tablespoons is a serving. Let's see. 2 tablespoons is 1 large egg. So basically what I do is I just say I have 4 servings. That makes it a little bit easier. That's what I'm gonna be breaking my fast with today. Okay, so to log this in the app, I'm just gonna press this little plus button down here and then add to meals. And I already logged a serving of this turkey sausage right here. So I'm just going to click that, and it's going to stay clicked while I search for egg whites. So I'm just gonna type in egg whites. And 3 tablespoons of the liquid egg whites. So I'm gonna click that. I'm gonna add both of them, and then this is where I'll get to change the servings. I don't need to change the Italian turkey sausage because that is 1 serving, and then I'm just gonna change the liquid egg whites to 4 servings. So super simple, logging this here and pressing save, and at the top it's gonna tell me that my meal was logged. And then you can see where it automatically populates what I've eaten. So almost half my day's worth of proteins, because you can see the greenest protein, it's almost right here at the half. It's just like an apple ring, and I've hardly had any carbs, which is perfect. And then I've had a little bit of fat. So we've got a lot to work with throughout the rest of the day. Okay, I had a snack, and it's this little like grain-free granola bar. I found these at Costco. I think you can also find them at Whole Foods. It's got 17 grams of fat and 11 grams of carbs, so perfect, lots of fiber, and then protein is 5 grams. So I did have a little bit of snack for that. I'm feeling a little bit hungry, so earlier this week I had made some vegetable soup. It was actually called Ratatouille Soup. And so I'm gonna add some more of the Italian sausage to this and just warm it up and have that for a little, it's all vegetables in this soup. So it's like tomato based, it's got a little bit of beans in there, so that will add a little bit of carbs, but it also has really great fiber, so it's fine. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna have next. With that face. What you doing, little cutie? Hi, sweetie. Right, it is 7:30. I am getting ready to make dinner, and we are having filet mignon and broccoli for low carb day. Jordan is making himself some potatoes, so we've got the filet mignon in the pan. I did not do a cardio workout today. So anytime that I am eating low carb, I'll either do cardio or I'll make that my rest day since it is a bigger deficit. But another low carb day tomorrow.